Hello friends, this is tutorial number 47 in this C++ programming language tutorial. In this tutorial we will talk and we will learn how to create a class in different file. Okay, we will gonna do that because to our code, if we create here where main is, it will not be readable. And let's create a class. We will go here to the file, and we need to go to new, and we will here new class, and the name of the class will be person. And here we will uncheck destructor. Okay, we will talk about destructors later. Now we will just uncheck it here, and we will go here to create. And we have a message: the new class has been created. Do you want to add it to the current project? We will click yes, and here we will gonna click OK. And now our class is created. It's here person, and we have two files, person.age and person.cpp. Here in the person we need we have our class, and we need to create some fields. Here this protected, we will not use it now, we will use it later. And let's create fields. Private fields will be string, which will be name, and we will have integer age. We will have just two fields. I just want to show you how can we create class in the different files. We will just use two fields now, and here in the public we will create a function void, and it will be show person. It will show us the person data. And okay, and now what we need to do, we need a constructor. We have two fields, string name and integer age. We need to create two local variables that will be constructor. Inside these brackets in the person, it will be string a and integer b. This will be our local variables. But first, before we go to CPP, we need to do some things. Here we have IOStream and std. We need to use this IOStream. We need to use IOStream here in the CPP. We need to paste it. It will be easier. And also we need this using namespace std. We will copy it to the CPP here, and also here in the person.age we need to copy this. If we don't use this namespace, we cannot have the field string. We can have just integer or double float as a field. We can have a string without this namespace. Okay, and just one more thing to import. Here in the main we need to include, and we need to include this person.age. here where the class is, because we we can't use this class in the main if we don't include it, and we have include, and we need to use double quotes, and we need to type name of the file person.age. Here it is, and now our class that we created in different file person.age is included in the main. But first we need to go to the CPP. We need to use these local variables that we created. Here we will need string a and integer b. Let's go down, and here we will need 2 dots, and we need to change our private fields, which is name and age, with these 2 local variables. The same thing as we did when we learning with classes, about classes and objects. And first we need name, and it will be a local variable a, comma, and we will need a variable age, which will be a local variable b. And now we resolved our constructor, and here in the CPP we also need to define a function that we create, but here in the CPP we need to define it. And how we gonna do that? It's a void function, and we need to write person, and we need 2 dots, and name of the function, it's show person. Now we need to open curly braces to define our function. Let's start. We will just print cout. We need a text name, and we need a variable name. And we will need age and variable age. Okay, this is just a function to display a person data. Okay, and we resolved it. We define constructor, and we define our function that we created here. These fields are private, constructor and function are public. Now we need to go to main, and we need to create a person. Let's create, but first, okay, here let's here in the CPP and person.age, let's format this code a little to look prettier. And here in the person age we will also format our code. Great. And let's create here in the main, let's create person. It will be p1. We already have our constructor. The name will be John, and age will be 35. We can also create person okay, p1, but I didn't separate it. Okay, needs to be separated. And here also p2, it will be, the name will be Casey, age will be 22, and and third person P3, the name will be Jim, and age will be 40. Now we created 3 persons, and now what we will do, we can just let's type P1 or maybe it can be better, we can include, but first let's try to see if everything will work properly. We typing p1.showPerson. We will see, okay, this works perfectly fine. The name is John and age is 35, which is perfect. Now what I wanted, let's practice vectors a little. We will use vector. Okay, and let's quickly create one vector. Vector. It would be vector of person. We will call it persons. And we will add all of these persons dot pushback. We will use P1 and let's use copy paste. Okay, now we added all of these person, we added them in the, but we didn't, because here we use copy paste. We need to change to P2 and P3. Now what we want to do, we just want to display all of these persons, and we will do it with for loop. For integer x equals to 0 and x is lesser than persons dot size and x plus plus. What we will do, we will just persons, we need the persons of element x, we need to use show person. It's perfect. And we need to separate this a little. We will just use cout. We will use couple of stars. And line. And I think that should be good. Let's try now to build and run our application to see if everything will work properly. Will not, because we forgot semicolon here. And let's try now. Okay, as you can see, we have all our persons. Name John, age 35, name Casey, age 22, name Jim, age 40. And I hope that you understand why vector is important. Let's close this. Okay. We have here a warning: comparison between between signed and unsigned integer. Okay, we will use unsigned. It is better when we work with strings, with objects. We will use unsigned. It works, but it will be better to use unsigned. Okay, it works perfectly. Of course, it works with integer, but when we work with objects also we will use unsigned integer. Okay, I just wanted to, I just also, okay, I show you how to create a class in different file, and of course we practice a little and vectors to, it is better for you to get a routine. But as you can see, it's nothing complicated. It is similar, but you can imagine now. Okay, we just have one class, and we have just one field, but maybe we can have more classes, and if we everything right here in the one file, it will be difficult to read. And in the future and in the next tutorials, when we need to create a class, we will create it in the different file. And I hope that you understand, and vectors also. We will use it. We will use vectors a lot. And okay, we will practice this in the next tutorial. In the next tutorials. Okay. I really hope that you like this video. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram. You have a link in the description, and I will see you in the next tutorial.